Right, now then, let's move out a bit. There you go. Now then, I wasn't intending actually to do any more of these pieces on this fake road crash outside Westminster, but this caught my eye and it needs answering. Not my eye, the footage. Because now they're trying to get away, muddy the waters of what has gone on before. Now this old hack here has been trundled out of the cupboard to give us a piece. Now then, let me just check the name. The video is called The Westminster Crash, the latest on incident treated as terror. Why should you treat a car accident as terror? So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're passing the Houses of Parliament with those feckless food eaters and child buggerers in it, and if you faint at the wheel, and naturally you crash into a barrier, you will be surrounded by armed officers within seconds, the media within seconds, before in fact the police get there, and the media will be all set up, okay, because this is what's happened here. You'll be classed as a terrorist, you'll be taken out of your car, having recovered. Oh, I've recovered myself. Oh, it's my hair, right? Oh, look at these strong men. I'm going to get out of my car. You get out of your car, you're facing Whitehall, you're walking up, and then, lo and behold, another cameraman actually sees you not walking with your face facing up towards Westminster, but in the opposite direction, facing Millbank. So you've been taken backwards towards Westminster. Isn't that a strange one, eh? Oh, it is a funny world, you know. Oh, it is. Very, very funny. And for the media to get on site, well, crystal balls. And the helicopter in the sky is now being turned into, guess what? Transmogrification. A CCTV camera. That's what they're saying that is. Way up in the sky. Yeah, right, okay. People picking believe it. Let's see what this old hack has to say.
Just after 7:30 this morning, a car ploughed into a security barrier just outside Parliament here.
So it's just after 7:30. Some say now it's 7:37. Others say it was 8:45. Others are saying 7:17. We're getting back to like Sandy Hook, aren't we? How many kids were in that pig in empty school? It means he couldn't make the mind up. He went from 500, well, 500 and something, 600 and something, 700 and pig in something. How many children died in the school? Well, it was 20. Then they said it was 22. And 5 adults. And then they said it was 7 adults. And then Carver, quite a good name actually for a mortician, Carver, said he didn't know, but he'd been into the morgue. Chief Carver, he'd been into the morgue and didn't know. And this is how it goes on. This is how it goes on. Nobody pays attention to any detail at all. So we got 3 different times here this incident went off.
Injuring several people.
Really?
The driver of the car was arrested on suspicion of terror offences. He's been questioned at a South London police station. The car was driving along the main road which runs parallel to the Houses of Parliament at the start of the morning rush hour when it swerved into the barrier, knocking over pedestrians and cyclists. A journalist was at the scene as the driver...
Not according to the aerial footage. You should have seen the aerial footage, but these people don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. It's just a piece that they have to play to camera. That's all it is, put to camera. They don't give a damn. If you went up to that fellow and said, hey, what about this footage here? And you showed them the footage. They want to know, don't want to know, they'll just walk off. They don't want to know. They've set it in their mind that they're going to do a piece to camera, and no matter how false that piece is, they don't want to know. It's money in their pocket. Money. And they get to a stage where they're so hardened that the conscience is seared. Literally seared as well, hot iron. And they've just become robots. Robots. They'll get up, set time. They'll do this at a set time. Do that at a set time. This. They'll come to put a piece before camera. Set. Timed. Finished. So on. This is how their lives are ordered. They have no conscience. Okay, Baldy here. Okay. He's got his gun out. Now then, this is another point. Picture by Vincent McAviney. Here they're not showing us the previous footage. Previous footage, of course, the standard stock footage that's been given out to everybody, is of the media on site with the cameras on tripods so they don't move, they're completely static. No interviewer, no reporter gets in front of the camera once this fellow is taken out of this vehicle. Do you ever notice that? Because as soon as this bugger's gone out up here, you would expect at least one reporter to get in front of the camera that they're using to film this, to get in front of it and say, there's the witness, there's the terrorist who's been led away now behind us, and we will report back, blah blah. They don't, because it is pre-recorded. So you can't have, say, Fox News there giving that piece to camera. You can't have the BBC say putting a piece to camera, ITV and so on and so on and so forth. You can't have it, because then the pre-recorded footage cannot be used, because it belongs then to like Fox, BBC. But with taking them out, not introducing them basically into this footage, it can then be spread across the media as the initial footage to be given out, and that's why all the initial footage is exactly the same. Equally, as we say, this fella here and here, he gets out in one piece of footage, the stock footage as we call it, and he's facing this way. Then in another one, in the same footage, later in the footage, he's coming out and he's facing this way towards Millbank. So it's pre-recorded. Now we've got a man with a handheld camera called Vincent McAviney, and he was a reporter, just happens to be on site. Okay.
Was arrested. Officers surrounded the vehicle, a silver Ford Fiesta, before the man, who appears to be in his late 20s, was arrested. No one else was in the car.
Cut and shunt.
The vehicle had driven over a pedestrian crossing before crashing. Here's Jane Dodge.
Cut and shunt. Cut and shunt. Always gives the game away. Ladies and gentlemen, there are certain elements to fake news. One of them is cut and shunt. This is supposed to be breaking news. Doesn't say so on here, but when we see it before, it's got breaking news. But it's all cut and shunt. It's been taken back to a studio, therefore it's not live. It's not happening. And then, of course, once they've done that, they've canned it, etc. Okay. Then they bring in a set piece for the day.
It's the second major incident outside Westminster in less than 2 years. Police say they're treating it as a suspected terrorist attack.
Incorrect.
Armed police officers...
Incorrect. Unless, of course, this is actually what happens in London. What has just occurred here is totally, absolutely incorrect. As we say, I can't speak for London, but in general, what happens is that specialist cars come down, and in the boot are the weapons to be fired on the general public and others. In the boot. The officer gets out. He unlocks the boot. He gets out his weapon. We are not in America. We in the British Isles. As I say, I don't know about London. But as a general standard procedure, vehicles pull up, boots are opened, and guns are taken out.
Westminster in less than
They
2
are
years.
secured.
Police say they're treating it as a suspected terrorist attack. Armed police...
You see what happens, I'm sorry to interrupt, what happens is that these guys here, okay, the normal procedure is that they don't have their guns on them in the front. For the simple reason that if a police car, which happens, has an accident, crashes in to a lamppost or wall or another car, you don't have weapons easy access. So some bugger comes along, sees the officer's unconscious, grabs the pigging weapons and pisses off. So in order to stop that, they have this in the boot secured. Okay? And the secure boots.
Officers jumped over security barriers to arrest a man in a silver car. Those barriers stopped him from getting closer to the Houses of Parliament, but several cyclists were knocked down before the car stopped.
You see how they add to the footage. In the aerial footage, there's none of this. There's no people in the road, there's no people on the pavement down, there's nothing. Okay?
The incident happened at 7:37 as people were heading to work. The car turned off Parliament Square and onto the wrong side of Abingdon Street, where it collided with...
What's wrong with this footage? Tell me what's wrong with this pigging footage. Okay, let's just carry it on just a little bit more. Following the reddish line there.
Several cyclists.
Okay.
Eyewitnesses say the driver...
Right, what's wrong with this pigging footage? Well, the two vans, for instance, in the aerial footage, show us what's wrong. Let's put ourselves in the vehicle. Okay? We're driving down. We intend to come down this road, don't we? Okay? So we set off here. We're coming down, just like the vans behind us, and we're going to go bump. Oh, I've smashed my headlamps. Oh dear me. Watch the police come. Oh, the filth will come, you know, the fuzz will come, surrounded with their guns, their weapons. Oh, and I'm going to be classed as a terrorist. Oh, because I've made a mistake. Oh, love, what are we going to do? Oh, just eat your sandwiches, dear. Oh, I don't feel like them. Oh, here comes the police. Oh, hey up, love. Oh, look, all the media's on site. Oh, I thought it was the police. Oh, it's the media. Oh, it's the vans. Oh, they're filming us. Oh, why they're filming us? We've only made a mistake. We're just passing Parliament. Oh, George, what are we going to do? just sit here. We're on TV. Hey up, is Granny there? Hello, Granny. Oh, it's us. Margaret and Phil. Hooey. Hey, Marg, we're on TV now. Hey up, what's all these fellas coming down here, climbing, we're jumping over these barriers with these guns? Oh, is it the combat quarter? Oh, they're not police officers, they're not in the blue serge. Oh, they've got guns. Oh, I am terrified. Oh, and by the way, Marge, you know you're an awful driver. Why is it that you went all the way around here when you could have, silly bugger, could have gone straight down here? Hey? And why were you coming down here? Why didn't you stay on the picking road? Oh, I'm a woman. What do you expect? Oh, that's sexist. Innit? I mean, just whatever you do, don't drive past Parliament. Or, please, drive past Parliament if you want some publicity. And faint. And then all of a sudden, you've got all these cameras set up, boy, and just wave. Hello, mother. Nice day, innit? Hey? Or you can get all this publicity. And then, remember this. We're in the money. What do you mean? We're in the money. Oh, we got the filthy lolly now. Well, I can just think about it. You've collapsed, okay? You got your best skirt on. Of course I have. You get out of the vehicle, escorted by the police. You then go to the police station, okay? You're released because there's no charges. Other than you've had a road accident, okay? Because terrorist charges cannot be proven, alright? Because you've not terrorised any bugger. You come out and the media's there. I'll give you 20 grand. No, sod you. Take that. I'll give you 60. Oh, any more bids? Exclusive here, the Sun newspaper, the one of truth, many of truths. I'll give you 120 grand. Oh, yeah, bring it on. Come on then, get us that cheque signed and I'll give you the story, the exclusive story, isn't it? Of how I was wrongly arrested for a terrorist incident that never occurred. I was just simply driving past the Houses of Parliament when I had this flutter because I saw this nice young man. Oof. And I just took my eyes off the road for a moment and I hit this barrier. Oh, do you know? Oof. And all my makeup. Oh, that's. Oh, I must do my makeup. I bet I look a mess. Oh, look at my hair. Oh, they've ruffled my hair up. Oh, and my fingernails. Oh, must get them done. Oh, I'll be on this morning later. Oh, that's another 10 grand. Oh, hey, we're in the money, man. Yeah, let's get lined up to go driving outside Parliament, just past Parliament, and have a flutter. Let it carry on.
Fed up, driving across the road into the filter lane used by vehicles dropping off and collecting from the Houses of Parliament. The car then ploughed into the security barrier installed after the terrorist attack in 2017.
Hang on. Dropping off. Right, so all this is the barrier. So these are dropping off people on it. This is probably the overflow from the underground car park. Okay, you got the barriers here, so these buggers here are going to go out here. So why didn't that's a second chance, haven't they? This fella's got. Okay, so he's got one up here for the House of Parliament to go in to the underground, and he's got one here he could have gone through to smash into a few cars if he's going to terrorise something. But no, as we say, we're just passing Parliament, dear. And oh, I just had a flutter, and I had a crash, and I was charged with terrorism. And you know something? You know something, love? I'm going to sue the police for wrongful arrest. And sue the buggers for defamation. I've been slandered, you know. I've been called a terrorist to the entire world. Oh, how much do you reckon I'll get? Ooh, set me up for life, you know. Eh? You can't even pick him past Parliament now and have an accident without being called a terrorist and arrested for being terrorists.
I've seen this guy driving at speed,
really is.
hit the bollard.
No, security barrier.
Then there's specialist police come on the scene, and they've arrested the man, but they've evacuated the area in minutes.
Look at all the cyclists there. Look at them. Oh dear, dear, dear. Oh, the pedestrians. You see what I mean? You say here, silly buggers give it away. Innit? Silly buggers. Of course he could have gone into here and into the Parliament. But here, there's an opening. So he's trundling down here at 20, 30 miles an hour, certainly not going 50. Pigs to that. And he could have gone straight through here. And then he would have been called, rightly so, as an attacker upon Parliament. Not a terrorist, because you only where you're going to be a terrorist is if the other person is a child. You can only terrorise a child. You can't terrorise an adult.